Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to use PitchBook. I don't know if you know this, but PitchBook actually has a free version for students as well. And this is what you need to do, okay? So before I actually get into this, let me explain to you what PitchBook is if you don't know. It is a database that provides data, research, and technology covering private capital markets, including venture capital, private equity, and mergers and acquisition transactions, right? So if you want to access PitchBook, you can do this for free as well using a Babson account, because Babson actually has free accounts for students, right? So you first want to go and Google a Babson PitchBook to be directed to this website, okay? This is the LibGuide page. You can go ahead and use this one. Okay, then I want you to come here and click into PitchBook. Now, new users need to use the Babson email address to create a separate PitchBook account. But if you're a returning student, you can log in with your Babson email and a password. So you just come here, enter your Babson email and password. Now, after logging in, the homepage will basically show you the industry updates and the top news. And if you are researching a company, either public or private, you can actually look up their name directly, or you can even filter a company by certain criteria. For example, industry or size, funding that they have received, things like this. So you can search information about a non-public company or even a public company using this. So here, for example, we're showing the industry filter. So you simply just click on the industry you're interested in, and PitchBook will actually tell you the key players within that specific industry. So here is actually an example of a public company, right? So it's in structure, and the basically parent company of Canvas. And we have here the figures on the market cap, right? EV, EBITDA, similar companies, comps, the capital structure, things like this. All of these are available. And you can also access, information on their team, including contacts and previous deals that were done. So this is basically, funding history, okay? So here's another example, and this is a private company or, a startup, which is Lime. Now, Lime, I'm sure many of you know, it's actually a scooter sharing company. So here is like some, general information about the company, right? It's a ride sharing company, things like this. So post valuation, how much they've raised in total to date, how many employees they have, the last deal details, the funding basically, right? So you can actually, right, come here and see their funding history and actually who funded, where it was funded in, right? So this are the later stage VC. There's the accelerator stage or the incubator stage, right? And I was talking about you could, see who has invested in the company. So here you see all the investors. We have the active investors and the former investors who are invested before, and maybe they decided to sell their stake. So here we have the names. For example, the Abu Dhabi Growth Fund, Capital Line, David La Placa, Fidelity Investments, right? You see the investor types, their holdings, are they a minority, how much they invested, at what stage, right? Things like this, and since when they have been an investor. Now, another cool feature, guys, so you can actually search for a fund or investment firm or even an investor, right? So if you don't have a fund or a venture firm in mind, but you would like to know which one might be suitable for you, you can actually look for them by filtering investor type by stages, and industry, size, location. So right here we have investor types. So we have angel investors or the incubator stage. We have venture capitalists, private equity firms, right? And what kind of private equity firms are there? And maybe strategic acquirers, or we even have other investor types as well. So we have very, very filtered data you can go ahead and search up, right? Or of course, you can go ahead and search up for a venture capital or, private equity firm. So, we have an example of a venture capital fund right here, and shows you, their active portfolios, how many exits they have made, right? How much they've invested, brief history as well. Everything they've invested in, you can actually see, right? You can access everything, all their funds, right? You can go to their full profile. You can actually get a lot of information, right? Their general information, when they were founded, what they like to invest in, their team, their contacts, they basically their partners, LinkedIn, their emails, right? So for example, for their team right here, you'll see the current team and their former team. You'll see all their names, their titles, right? How many deals they've been a part of, how many funds, how many boards, and where their office is situated, their contact, their phone number, email, LinkedIn profiles, everything. Okay? You can actually come here and see their, portfolio and also their exits they have made, how many co-investors there were there, the deal sizes, what type of deal it was. Was it a early stage venture capital deal, a later stage deal, right? The company name, what date it was, what stage the company was in. Maybe was it a startup? Was it starting to generate revenue? Was it doing clinical trials, right? Was it developing the products and what industry they're in, the lead partner in those companies as well. You can access a lot of information, right? Even the deal size. And of course, you can come here and check out all the exits they have done, what amounts, what the exit size, who the buyers were, right? And for which company exactly, what type of exit it was. Was it a merger? Was it an acquisition? Was it a reverse merger? Was it an IPO, right? And even the exit size, you can see everything, the date. And you can even come here and see their current portfolio, for example, of a private equity firm. This is a TPG. This is their portfolio, right? They have all these companies they have invested in, investments, mergers and acquisitions, right? So we see the deal dates, we see the deal type. Was it a buyout? Was it a later stage VC? What was it exactly? You can see everything here. The deal sizes, how many co-investors there were, what the company stage was, but was it profitable? So as you can see here, they're usually investing in companies that are either generating revenue or profitable. Okay, that is what they're interested in, and you can see the industries they are interested in. So educational software, financial software, right? Things like that. Entertainment software, leisure facilities, distributors, wholesalers, movies, music, right? You can even see the lead partners on those companies. So this is again for TPG, and the investment, statistics are also accessible in chart formats. You can see the investments by industries. It is beautifully analyzed in a chart. You can see the investments by year, how much they are investing every year, and what part of it constitutes, for example, mergers and acquisitions, exits, VC rounds, what they're actually interested in, right? And there we go. We can see all of that. You're also able to see funds within the private equity firm and information on each. For example, the fund size, the date, the industry, the portfolio, all of that. Of course, you can also come and check out their limited partners, right? And what type they were. Maybe they were a fund of funds or insurance company, a sovereign wealth fund, public pension fund, insurance company, right? Corporate pension. And you can also come and see the last commitment date and, the total number of commitments. Now, of course, while, PitchBook is known for its private market data, it also provides access to a wide variety of public market reports. So to access this, you just hover your mouse over the Research Center under the Library tab, and you want to go ahead and click on View All Public Equity Research, and you can then use the search bar on top to filter the companies, okay? Here, for example, this is demonstrated here with Apple. So, I hope this guide provided value to you, and if it did, consider smashing that like button, as well as subscribing to Guide to Everything, and I'll see you guys in the next one.